Now I give the floor to the transition president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré.
Please, Traoré.
Mr. Traoré.
Comrade, President Vladimir Putin. Comrade, President, African Head of State. Comrade, Head of Delegation. Hello. It is an honor for me this morning to speak here and to pass on the fraternal greetings from the people of the country of honest men. This is also the place for me. First of all, I want to give thanks to God Almighty, who has allowed us to gather here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being of our peoples. I want to apologize to the elders I might offend with my upcoming words. African identity demands the rights of birth. I must apologize. Comrades, I have a few questions from my generation. No one is a question we ask, but we have no answers. And it turns out that here we can air our dirty laundry because we feel like family. We feel like family in the sense that Russia is also a family for Africa. It's a family because we share the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices to free the world from Nazism during World War II. The African peoples, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten peoples of the world. Whether in history books, documentaries, or films, we tend to overlook the significant role that Russia and Africa played. Right now, we are here to talk about the future of our peoples, of what will happen tomorrow, of this free world we aspire to, a world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same perspectives, and I hope this summit will be an opportunity. So, to be able to build very good relationships for a better future for our peoples. The questions that my generation is asking are the following. If I can sum it up, it's not understanding how Africa, with so many riches beneath our soil, with a generous nature, of water, with abundant sunshine, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a hungry continent. And how is it that our heads of state are traveling the world begging? Here are some questions we are asking ourselves and for which we still have no answers. We have the opportunity to weave new relationships. And I hope that these relationships can be the best to provide a better future for our people. My generation also asked me to say that because of this poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean to try to reach Europe. They are dying in the ocean. But soon, they won't go across because they will come in front of our palaces to seek their daily bread. As for Burkina Faso, today we have been facing for more than 8 years, in the form of protest, the most barbaric, the most violent form of neocolonialism, of imperialism. Slavery still seeks to impose itself on us. Our ancestors taught us one thing well. The slave who is unable to take on their revolt does not deserve anyone to pity their fate. We do not seek pity for our fate. We do not ask anyone to pity our fate. The Burkinabe people have decided to fight against the hypocrisy that hinders their development. In this struggle, brave peoples, brave populations have committed themselves to take up arms against terrorism, what we have indeed called the VDP, the volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists label these VDP as militias and all sorts of things. It's disappointing, because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent, against their will. Well, upon their return, we remember well that in Traoré, when they wanted to claim their basic rights, they were massacred. It doesn't matter then. When we, the people, decide to defend ourselves, we are labeled as militias. But that's not the problem. What the problem is seeing African heads of state who bring nothing to these fighting peoples, but who sings the same tune as the imperialists, by calling us militias, by treating us as such, of men who do not respect human rights. What human rights are we talking about? We are outraged by this, and it's shameful. We, as African heads of state, need to stop behaving like puppets that dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced the shipment of grains to Africa. We are very happy. We thank him for that. But also, it's a message sent to our African heads of state. Because at the next forum, we won't have to come here without having ensured, for those who are not familiar with the war, the food self-sufficiency of our peoples, we need to learn from the experiences of those who have already achieved this in Africa, to build good relationships here, and to forge better ties with the Russian Federation in order to meet the needs of our populations. I won't take too long. The time is limited and very short. We are forced to stop at some point, but I would like to conclude by saying that we must pay tribute to our peoples who are fighting. Glory to our peoples, dignity to our peoples, victory to our peoples. The homeland or death will conquer us. Thank you, comrades.
I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, Jean-Pierre, for your invaluable support and assistance. Your help has been truly appreciated, and I am sincerely thankful for everything you have done. I would like to draw your attention to the issue of Russia regarding Nazism.
The issue of Russia regarding Nazism. In the interests of the whole world to free people of Nazism, the struggle against apartheid and colonialism is not fought solely in the interests of Africa. This struggle leads to results that improve situations all around the world. It's the whole world that benefits from it. In this sense, I agree with Mr. Traoré. It reminds us of what happened during the Soviet era. The struggle that the Soviet Union and Russia brought is part of the struggle of all peoples for freedom